guys, welcome back. Marco here from beatsguitar.com. I have a question. What happens if we play the same chord but we only change the bass note? Well, let me tell you, amazing things happen, and today I want to show you some of these beautiful chords that you can really play around with and get inspired. The goal here is to basically keep the same chord, exactly the same chord, and only change the bass note. We are in the key of E major, so it's pretty easy, to change the chord. We have the 6th open string, got the 5th open string, so it's kind of easy. And I'm going to show you exactly what is going to happen when we change the bass note over these chords. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all the upcoming lessons. And thank you so much for all your comments and feedback. Now let's have a close up and let's get started. Alright guys, let's get started. First of all, the right hand, really important. The arpeggio that I'm using is very simple. It's 8 notes, okay? And it's going to be like that. The thumb is always going to play the bass note. So let's assume that the thumb plays the 6th string, okay? Then I have the index is always on the 3rd, middle always on the 2nd, and ring always on the 1st. So you really want to have that position always in place. And the pattern is this one. You have thumb, index, middle, index. These are the first 4 notes. Thumb, index, middle, index. And then you have ring on the 1st, index on the 3rd, middle on the 2nd, and index on the 3rd. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is the plucking pattern that we're going to use throughout the exercise. So you only have to learn it one time, and then we're going to apply that on the chords. Okay, so learn it quickly and then you move on to the chords. Alright guys, let's get started with the first chord progression, which is going to sound like that. Okay, so as you can see, the top 3 strings, the chord never really change, and the only thing that changes is the bass note. So we want to figure out what happened when we change the bass. Okay, obviously these 3 notes will have a completely different meaning. Okay, so the chord is very simple. The 3rd string fret number 4, the 2nd string fret number 4, and the 1st open. Okay, now the first chord is E, so we're going to be playing the 6th open string. Okay, and what happens if I play the 6th string? This chord will be an E major 7 chord, okay? And so the reason why is because I have the 6th open string, which is my root note. The 3rd string fret number 4 is B, which is the perfect 5th. The 2nd string fret 4 is D sharp, which is the major 7. And the 1st string is another E, which is the root note. So this is an E major 7 chord. Beautiful sounding E major 7, and you want to play the plucking pattern twice. So 2. The 2nd chord is C sharp. Okay, so that's a beautiful chord, and we're gonna have the 5th string fret number 4. Okay, over this chord. Beautiful sounding chord. Now when I play the 5th string fret number 4, this is a C sharp, so this is now my root note, and so the chord will be different. So I have this 5th string fret 4 C sharp, the root note. The 3rd string fret number 4 is the minor 7. Okay, so it's a C sharp minor 7. The 2nd string fret number 4 is D sharp, okay, which is the 9th. So C sharp minor 7 add 9, and the 1st open string is the minor 3rd, and that's the reason why I know that it's a minor chord. beautiful C sharp minor 7 odd 9. So E major 7 and C sharp minor 7 odd 9. Now the third chord is with the fifth open string, the A. And this is another beautiful, beautiful chord. Okay, so how does it work? You have the A is the root note, okay? And then you have the third string fret number 4 is B, which is the major 9, okay? So far I have root note, the major 9, and the second string fret number 4 is D sharp. And a D sharp will be in that case D sharp 11, okay? So it's a fourth, but it's raised, okay? So it's sharp, and so for that reason we call that a sharp 11. And the first open string is E, the perfect fifth. So we don't really have the major third here or the minor third. So it's really open suspended chord. A odd 9 sharp 11. Beautiful. Okay. And we have the last chord is the easy one. It's B. Okay. So the B is kind of pretty simple basic chord. Okay. It looks pretty basic, and it will be played with the fifth string fret number 2. And what happened when we play the fifth string fret 2 is that we have the root note on the fifth string, and then we have the third string fret number 4, okay, which is another B. So you have two root notes, and then the second string is the fret number 4, which is D sharp major third. So far we have just root note and major third, okay. But what happened with the E, okay, is that will be the fourth, so it's basically a B major odd 11 chord, beautiful sounding chord. Okay, so for this first example we have an E major 7, a C sharp minor 7 odd 9, A odd 9 sharp 11, and a B major odd 11. Beautiful bunch of chords. Make sure that you apply the arpeggio. You can change the arpeggio if you want. You can just play the chords. And this is the first example. Now let's move on to the second example. Alright guys, the third chord progression is going to sound really, really interesting. It sounds like that. Okay, so we really have some difficult stretchy chords. The last one, the B, is very, very stretchy, okay? But let's just take it step by step. Now the chord first thing to learn, okay? So we're gonna figure out what's that. You have the third string fret number 13, second string fret 10, and the first open, okay? And this thing is already beautiful. It's a really beautiful chord, even though we don't have the bass note yet. Okay, now the first chord is E. Okay, and so what happened when I play E is that I have the sixth open string, which is the root note, the third string fret number 13, which is the major third, G sharp. The second string is A, which is the odd 11. Beautiful chord. And then with the first open, we have another root note, which is E. So it's very basic chord. Root note, major third, odd 11, and root note again. Okay, so now the second chord, the C sharp minor, that's a really, really interesting chord. And there's a beautiful interval which is perfect fifth and minor sixth, which sounds amazing. Okay, so how does it work? You have the fourth string fret number 11, which is the root note. Okay, so the root note, we take it from the fourth string here, and then you have the third string fret number 13, okay, which is G sharp, and it's the perfect fifth, and then the second string fret number 10 is the minor sixth. Okay, so you have root note, perfect fifth, minor sixth, and then the first open string is the minor third. So it's a C sharp minor with a minor sixth. So it's a beautiful, really beautiful sounding chord. And these type of interval where you have perfect fifth and minor sixth together is just amazing. And then the minor third on the first string. So far we have just 3 chords. You have the E, and you have the C sharp minor. So we have 2 chords. And then we have the A. Now what happened when I play the A is this chord is very simple, basic chord, because you have the fifth open string, which is the root note, and then the third string fret number 13, the G sharp, is the major 7. Okay. And the second string fret number 10 is A, which is the root note. And the first open string is the perfect fifth. So it's a very basic chord, A in major 7. Beautiful, okay? Now guys, the last chord is very stretchy, the B. And so we really gotta figure it out here how to play it, and we had to change the fingering here. So you have the fourth string fret number 9, the third string fret number 13, the second string fret number 10, and the first open. And what happened with this chord is that we have really interesting intervals, okay, where you have the root note on the fourth string. The third string fret number 13 is G sharp, which is the major sixth. The second string fret number 10 is the minor 7, okay, so it's a very interesting interval, major 6, minor 7, and the first open string is E, which is the odd 11. So it's a very interesting chord, very unusual, very difficult to play, but it sounds beautiful. There's no third, there's no major third, and so it sounds suspended, as we don't really know if it's a major or minor chord. And beautiful chord to play.